Be ready. Because this August is not just another month on the calendar, it is the ignition of a portal that bends energy, time, and perception itself. While most of the world sleeps through these days blind and distracted, the ones with awakened eyes will feel it in their very bones. Something presses at the center of your forehead, dreams feel alive, thoughts repeat with strange intensity, and yet, you know it is not random. It is the August energy portal speaking directly to your third eye. This portal is not polite, it does not wait. It stretches you, tests you, and demands awareness. If you let it slip by unnoticed, the opportunity may never return again. The signs will not shout, they will whisper only to the awake. Ignore them and you risk falling out of alignment with your destiny. Catch them, and you will stand exactly where you were always meant to be. And here is the hidden truth, this is not just energy flowing. It is a countdown. Invisible steps already in motion, preparing chosen ones for an awakening few will ever understand. By the time this portal closes, your third eye will either be wider than it has ever been, or you will remain blind to the shift. If you've already felt the strange pressure, type in the comments, "I'm ready," because acknowledging it means the portal has already touched you. The August energy portal does not arrive quietly. It arrives in waves, pressing against the unseen layers of reality, reshaping what your third eye can perceive. Most people will walk through these days blind, dismissing them as ordinary, but the chosen ones will feel the difference immediately. The air itself feels heavier, time moves strangely, and your inner world refuses to stay silent. This is not imagination. It is the first layer of the portal opening, a spiritual pressure that pushes against your forehead, your chest, and your very energy field. For some, it feels like restlessness. For others, it feels like being pulled toward something invisible, like an unseen hand guiding you toward alignment. Each night in August builds on the last, tightening the atmosphere until the weight becomes impossible to ignore. Think of it as an initiation ritual disguised as days on the calendar. Each shift tests your awareness. Will you dismiss the signs as coincidence, or will you notice the hidden markers placed for the awake? The portal does not punish. It filters. Those who are ready walk through with expanded vision. Those who sleepwalk past it miss a doorway that will not return. If lately you felt nights where sleep refuses to come, or days where silence feels charged like thunder before a storm, you are already inside this current. And if that resonates with you, pause for a moment and write in the comments, "I feel it," because acknowledging the portal is the first step to walking through it. If you've been waking up heavy, dragging your body as if it weighs twice as much, don't mistake it for weakness. This is not collapse. It is preparation. The third eye, when touched by the August portal, expands like a vessel being stretched to hold more light than it ever carried before. Chosen ones often describe it as dizziness, sudden waves of exhaustion, or even feeling emotionally swollen, as though their soul itself is inflating. These are not random discomforts. They are expansion pains. Imagine a balloon being filled, the rubber strains, tight, on the edge of snapping, but only because it is about to hold more space, more air, more power. That is your energy field right now. This is why you may feel strange pressure in your forehead, ringing in your ears, or unexpected tears surfacing without reason. Your system is being rewired, recalibrated, stretched wide to welcome something greater than it has ever carried. The universe does not pour divine gifts into containers too small to hold them. It expands you first. So when you feel this fatigue, remember, it is proof that you are being prepared. It is not defeat. It is the pressure before the breakthrough, the contraction before new birth, the quiet force that shows your third eye is becoming a doorway. If these words resonate, leave a simple yes in the comments. Because saying yes to the process tells the universe you are ready to carry what is coming. The August energy portal is not random. It unfolds in precise stages, each marked by alignments that test and expand the third eye. These dates are not just numbers on a calendar, they are checkpoints of destiny. August 19th, the Moon with Jupiter. When Jupiter touches the Moon, emotions do not whisper, they roar. The third eye becomes a magnifying glass, amplifying hidden truths. What you've suppressed comes crashing to the surface. Small irritations explode, laughter turns manic, sadness deepens. For chosen ones, this day is the first gate, the test of emotional clarity. Will you collapse under the flood of feelings, or will you allow your inner vision to see what has always been there? August 20th, the Moon with Venus. This is the day of temptation. Venus tests vanity and validation. The third eye is lured into distraction, comparison, self-doubt, the hunger for approval. You may feel the urge to perform, to prove, to polish your light so it's easier for others to accept. But this is the trap. The lesson is authenticity. What shines from within cannot be dimmed by anyone's opinion. On this day, your vision must pierce illusions. August 21st, the Moon with Mercury. Whispers fill the air. Thoughts that feel like yours, but are not yours. This is the battle of discernment. The third eye hears both wisdom and deception, often in the same breath. One voice brings peace even if it challenges you. The other brings unease even if it promises shortcuts. On this day, chosen ones must test every thought, every sign, every message. Discernment becomes your shield. August 23rd, the New Moon. Many believe new moons open doors. This one seals them shut. It is not the beginning, it is the lock. Whatever is unresolved by this date becomes crystallized for months ahead. The third eye sees it clearly, ties not cut will cling, choices avoided will be made for you. This is the portal's heaviest weight, the day of finalization. It demands release, it demands clarity, it demands decision. And so the path is drawn, clarity on the 19th, authenticity on the 20th, discernment on the 21st, and finalization on the 23rd. For steps of awakening. For tests that no awakened soul can afford to ignore. During this August portal, the chosen ones cannot hide. The light of the third eye glows too strongly, and even those who are blind to spiritual matters will notice. You walk into a room and conversations pause. Strangers stare longer than usual, unsure why. Some smile nervously, others avoid your gaze, a few even react with irritation. None of this is random. Your aura has become a mirror. People are not seeing you, they are seeing themselves reflected back through your field. The third eye magnifies what is hidden, and when others stand near you, their own unhealed shadows are exposed. For some, your presence feels like comfort. For others, it feels like confrontation. But in both cases, it proves one truth: you are carrying a frequency they cannot ignore. This can feel uncomfortable. It is as if a spotlight follows you everywhere, showing the world the parts of yourself you would rather keep quiet. Yet this is exactly what the portal demands. The energy of August was never meant to let chosen ones remain invisible. It forces recognition, not as a prize for the ego, but as a preparation for the role you were destined to carry. So if you've noticed more eyes on you lately, more whispers about your presence, or sudden invitations into spaces you never expected, take note. These are not coincidences. They are signals that your third eye is broadcasting like a tower, calling attention, whether you asked for it or not. If this resonates with you, leave a simple "seen" in the comments, because recognition is not just from people around you, it's also the universe confirming you've stepped into visibility. In weeks like this, when the August portal bends timelines, something unsettling happens to the chosen ones. You may suddenly cross paths with someone living the life you almost had. It won't always be exact, but close enough to stop you in your tracks. A career you walked away from. A relationship you left behind. A lifestyle you once dreamed of but abandoned. This is not coincidence. It is the mirror reversal effect, the third eye showing you echoes of paths you did not choose. For a moment, you see yourself reflected in another, as if the universe is whispering, "This could have been you." And that realization shakes you. It stirs strange emotions, envy, grief, longing, or deep gratitude that you were spared. But understand, this is not punishment. It is closure. The portal does not want you looking backward. It seals the doors behind you so you can walk forward lighter. These encounters are karmic bookmarks, final reminders of why your path had to diverge. The third eye reveals them not to tempt you, but to confirm that the life you carry now is the one aligned with your destiny. And here lies the hidden truth: as you see them, they may also sense you. Without knowing why, they may feel a flicker of recognition, as if they too glimpsed the version of life they did not live. Two timelines glancing at each other, only to part ways forever. If you encounter such a reflection this week, don't spiral into doubt. Instead, breathe deeply and remember, the mirror shows what is no longer yours. You are not missing out. You are being freed. If this has ever happened to you, comment, "I saw it," because naming the reflection is how you release its hold. On August 21st, the air itself begins to hum with whispers. The moon and Mercury align, and suddenly thoughts feel louder, sharper, almost intrusive. You may hear a phrase in your mind that doesn't sound like you. You may feel pulled by ideas that seem urgent but leave you uneasy. This is not random overthinking, it is the veil thinning, and the third eye caught in the crossfire. Chosen ones will feel it most. On this day, the battlefield is the mind. The third eye receives both truth and deception, and often they come disguised as the same voice. Some whispers are divine, gentle nudges from your higher self, words that bring peace even if they challenge you. Others are counterfeit, rushing, pressuring, stirring fear and confusion. The test is simple but severe: do you recognize the sound of your own soul? Discernment is the shield of the awakened. The authentic voice never manipulates. It calms, centers, aligns. The false voice always pushes, always agitates, always clouds clarity. On this day, you must pause before acting. Not every message deserves obedience. Not every sign is meant for you. Mercury will use anything to deliver its echoes: a song lyric that cuts too deep, a phrase overheard in passing, a headline that feels personal. Some will be true confirmations. Others will be distractions. The third eye must filter with patience, not impulse. So if August 21st feels heavy with voices, don't panic. This is the training ground of discernment. The universe is teaching you to recognize your own frequency amidst the noise of the world. That is the greatest awakening. If you understand this test, write "I know my voice" in the comments, because claiming your inner sound is how you silence the false echoes. By the time August 23rd arrives, the portal stops asking and starts sealing. This new moon isn't a doorway swinging open, it's the latch clicking into place. It doesn't ask, "What do you want next?" It asks, "What remains?" Whatever still sits in your orbit by this day begins to crystallize for the months ahead. Unmade choices harden into default paths. Uncut cords tighten. Deferred truths become walls. This is why your third eye feels the pressure now. It can see what belongs and what doesn't. It can feel which ties nourish and which quietly drain. The universe won't pour a new current into a tangled field. It simplifies first. It finalizes. So on the 23rd, do not manifest noise, refine signal. Don't scatter intentions, decide. Name what must stay and bless what must go. If you've been wavering, choose. If you've been holding on out of fear, release. If you've been silent, speak. Your energy will obey whatever you declare under this seal. A simple ritual for the seal: sit in stillness, left hand over heart, right hand over the brow point. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 8, 7 rounds. Then speak clearly: I keep what is true. I release what is false. My sight serves my path. Write one sentence on paper that you will keep and one that you will end. Burn the ending. Keep the keeping. If you're doing this with me, type "sealed" in the comments, a small word that tells your field what to obey. And then, somewhere between the silence after the sealing and the first breath of the new cycle, the golden thread appears. It won't be loud. It won't arrive wearing a crown. It slips in like a faint line of light across the floor of your life. A person whose words land too precisely. A phrase in a book that vibrates through your bones. An opportunity that feels familiar, like something you dreamt before you were born. This is not a test. It's timing. The thread is the next true step pulling you forward, not with force, but with inevitability. You don't have to chase it. You only have to notice it and choose it. The catch? It rarely repeats. If you dismiss it as coincidence, it fades. If you pull it, the whole next pattern of your life begins to unfold. One thread. One choice. Everything moves. Your third eye knows the difference between glitter and gold. Glitter shouts. Gold hums. Glitter rushes. Gold aligns. When the thread shows itself, your body will soften even as your mind awakens. Peace with power, that is the signature. If you sense it already, whisper it into reality and write "thread found" below. Name it softly. Let your field wrap around it. Asterisk. Asterisk, and as this portal narrows, hear the warning one last time: do not let August pass like any other month. Claim your clarity on the 19th, your authenticity on the 20th, your discernment on the 21st, and your finalization on the 23rd. Not because fear demands it, because destiny does. This is why you had to hear this warning. This is why the third eye was pressed open, so you could see what must be kept, what must be released, and what must be followed. If you've walked with me through this, leave "I'm awake" in the comments. It looks small on a screen, but energy reads it. It marks you as one who chose to see. And if this message met you right on time, join this circle of awakened souls, subscribe, share this with the one person who will feel it, and keep your eyes open. The portal may seal, but the signs will keep speaking to those who listen.